Thank you very much. Has everyone had their Red Bull? I'm really concerned giving a talk after lunch that I'm going to be talking to myself. So, the reason why I was so happy about coming to India to give this talk, and I was giving a talk on the youth side first, was really, I spent my first few years of my career in the corporate world. I was an investment banker for a well-known bank, and after a few years, while I was outwardly happy, I was really miserable inside. And really what I felt at the age of 25 was that my life lacked purpose. And without that kind of purpose, I knew that I was just going to go through the motions of life, and it would tick over, and some years would be better and some would be worse, but really inside, I would be dead. So what I did is, let me just get this. A little over 17 years ago, we created a business called Student Village, myself and a friend. And really what it was a startup that was there to connect youth with each other in South Africa, so university students, and at the same time to create a marketplace for brands to connect with students. So we've been doing this for 17 years. We've been working around the world, throughout Africa, and we're very excited that in a few months' time, after a year and a half worth of work, we're actually launching in India. So you're the first to know. So I'd like to, you're all into retail, right? So what is the competition out there? You know, when we started Student Village, our first clients, and they're all multinationals, used to say, we need to get feet into store. Well, is that relevant today? What is the conversation that we're having? We're having, well, can you get them into store? Can you get us listed on eBay, on Amazon, on Flipkart, on whatever it is? But there's so much clutterness when it comes to advertising, when it comes to messages that are coming to each other's phones, that as each internet user comes online, it's another mall that's just being created. So if India's got roughly 650 million internet users, and within the next few years we'll reach 1 billion, there's 1 billion malls that are ready to be dealt with. So your challenge is less about feet in store, but really how are you going to compete? Because really the youth, and I guess everyone, is looking at you and they're going to swipe left or they're going to swipe right. And generally swipe right because they're not that interested. So the reason why I'm so excited about this talk was because this is what I'm thinking about every day, is I get calls from brands to say, how can we build our brand in your market, which is youth? And just to bear in mind, in Africa, as well as in India, what do we have in the population? We have a youth bulge. So there's a lot more youth in the population. There's a disproportionate amount of youth. And this is a huge and important segment in the population, not just, and we'll actually go through the reasons why now. But the reason why I'm excited, and this is the whole discussion point of the conference, is my question is, can I build your brand? And can you build your business? And can you do it with purpose? Can you uplift society while you still achieve your business dreams? I'm not sure if you guys think that. Who says yes? Okay, that's an overwhelming 5 out of the room. Okay, 6. So the challenge, and this is going to be the challenge in the new world, is how do we do both? Because a lot of how business is approached is really in private equity terms. How much do we need to spend? What will we get back? When will we get the results? How are we going to track this quarter, next quarter, and the last quarter? But the real value from the consumer over the lifetime will see how you manage to uplift them and add value to their lives. So, before I really get into the meat of what I want to tell you about, I want to show you a video that my young daughter said when I said to him, this is what I'm presenting. He said, well, show this video because really explains the role of young influencers. The millennial question. Doesn't that video explain it brilliantly? How many times are you sitting at home and you just don't get your kids' behavior? How many times do you sit at work and you think those new graduates in the team just got attitude? How many times when you're sitting around planning for your brand and they say, we've got to learn how to attract millennials, we've got to learn how to do this, and they're actually sitting in the room, but we don't like their ideas. This is something that we have to get on top of. And it's not really the millennials, because the millennials are already in junior management positions. It's the next generation. So if you're still trying to understand these guys, understand you're behind the curve, but it's not too late.